Hello. Good evening. Happy Wednesday. What's going on? Hello, Auntie Anne. Hello, Deno Picola. I know everybody's talking about how they've been thawing out, and now everybody's got thunderstorms, and that's what's happening here. We thawed out, now we have thunderstorms. Ask me how I know. This one well, you can't see her. Well, you can kind of see her. She's curled up next to me. This one woke me up this morning to let me know that there was thunderstorms. And the other one, her partner in crime, let me know as well that yes, indeed, there were thunderstorms this morning. So drugs were given, and life went on. But yeah, let's see. Greg, hello everyone. Heartland HQ with Ink and Tank. Hello. That dang climate change keeps changing. I know it, right? Hey, Jen. Southern Blessed Homestead. Let's get this party started. That's right. Old Man King Homestead says, good evening. That's right. Hello, Evelyn Newman. Glenn and Shannon Salty Life. Good evening, all. Our mountain home. Hello, everyone, says Jen and Wiley. James Hall. Hey, y'all. Mike, the diva is mostly on time and freshly showered. There he is.
That's right.
Like, I'm cold right now. I can't wear a t-shirt right now. It's cold.
It's not cold.
I'm cold.
It's like 70 degrees.
I don't know what you have thermostat set on, but I was cold.
Feels good.
Oh, and I left my water somewhere.
You know where?
I'll find it in a minute.
What's it in?
It's in my normal cup, but I think I was gonna refill it, and then I took my eyeballs out instead. But it's fine. I'll leave it. I was teasing him. Was it yesterday? He was doing something, and he was like heavy on the old man noises, and I was giving him a hard time because our church just started this thing where they call themselves. They were calling it the monthly something over 50 birthday club, and then they've decided to call themselves the prime timers. But if you're 50 and up, you can go to this like get together once a month. It's like a celebration and like a hangout. And so Mike technically qualifies to go. I do not. I find that amusing. I don't think he finds it amusing, but I find it amusing. So that's fun. And I'm struggling a little bit reading the screen right now, so I'm gonna go back to my phone and try that.
Okay. Let's see here. No, we're not flooded, but it's coming to flood.
It's coming to flood.
Yeah. We're actually sitting kind of on top of it's a hill, you know.
We live on a hill.
So the house, it'd be biblical if this house flooded, but the rest of the property is yeah, there's standing water in a lot of places.
Thank you.
You're welcome. It'd be decent duck hunting right now. Yeah. Who said no old guy jokes? Who's making old guy jokes?
Oh, you couldn't hear me? I was talking about the prime timers at the church, the 50 and older club.
Where's Frankie tonight? She's
at
church. She's at church.
She's at church. She's churching.
Yeah. Oh no, had flooding. Hiking with Jackie Boy had some flooding in the area. That's a bummer.
Oh, yeah, well, Jen and I, you guys know, we're from, our old hometown is flooded right now. They got massive amounts of rain, and I've been keeping an eye on things, and I checked in on my mom and everything, and it is flooded.
Yeah, South Mississippi is. I've been seeing some. In fact, Deep South Homestead. I should check on them. I know it's even worse south of us. There's a lot of rain. There's a lot of rain coming. It's not even. I mean, it's going to slow down a little bit for a few hours, but
it's supposed to rain all the way through till Saturday. It's supposed to be sunny.
I don't think it's going to rain on Friday. I think it's going to rain tomorrow. It's so hard to know for sure, though.
You just could take it by day by day.
Yeah,
just take it day by day.
Yeah. Well, right now it's saying it's going to rain. Yeah. Tomorrow it's saying it's not going to rain on Friday, but it's going to rain it again on Saturday.
Oh, it's going to rain Saturday, not Friday. I knew it was something.
So
whatever.
Friday's probably going to be a deer hunting day.
There you go. Well, you'll be going alone because
That's fine.
Frankie's gonna be gone. White Rock Homestead, what's going on? Jason Tara. Irene Turner, hello. She says, yes, please pray for Danny and Wanda. So she must have watched where they're not happy down there.
Yeah, I'll have to go check that out.
Auntie Ann says she's forgotten what the sun looks like. I know. I feel vitamin D deficient currently. I know.
Yeah, they make a little pill for that.
I know.
Let's see here. Was supposed to be there around noon today. Stopped in New Orleans to party a while. So we'll be here later. All right, you must be talking about the rain.
I don't know what comment you just read.
Dana Picola.
Oh.
Dana Picola.
Oh, there, I see. Okay.
Let's see here.
Carrie Ward, hello. Scotty Wild and 3. Hey y'all.
Southern Blessed, sloppy, muddy mess. Yeah, no, I hear you. It is a sloppy, muddy mess.
It's not pretty out there.
Yeah.
It's not pretty out there.
Congrats on the dough. Yeah, I got a deer in a cooler out there right now, so that's good. Try to get another one this week.
Billy Tyson says forecast says rain through Saturday on the coast of Mississippi. Yeah. So. Yeah,
and then there's a pretty sizable storm a week behind it if all goes the way Ryan Hall y'all is currently predicting it. So.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, he's thinking there's going to be another cold spell in February that could rival the one we just had.
How is that possible?
That would suck.
How could it rival it? It was already like cold and freezing and.
Yeah. That's right, Keith. Deer season's almost over.
I mean, I wouldn't mind if we got some actual like snow flurries. Like it kept saying, like the weather app kept saying, snow flurries. And I was like, no, this is sleet and this is like ice.
Right.
This is not soft, fluffy snow flurries that one can just be jaunty in.
Brian from the Vineyard Farmhouse is in the hacienda. What's going on, amigo?
Chrissy! Paragon Ridge Ranch.
Hey. I saw they had some issues with some freezing pipes. I did not watch the video. I apologize. I saw the thumbnail and I said, I got to come back and watch that. I hope everything is fine over there or getting to fine. I had to have a plumber out here today. Not for any frozen pipe issues, but
I know they had their first lambing, but I didn't get to watch the video yet. And then I know they had some baby chicks that they were delivering and some goodies that they were.
Yeah, I'm a little behind on videos.
I'm definitely behind on videos. I haven't.
I'm bad. I need to go catch up. I saw the one video about the frozen pipes that they posted, and then I saw a video from Tim's at Ridge Life that I want to go watch too. Just haven't had a minute. Yeah, I gotta get caught up on some stuff. And Southern Blessed Homestead, I haven't watched one of your videos in a minute. In fact, I don't think YouTube has offered up one of your videos to me in a minute. I'm gonna make a note to go. I'm gonna make a note to go check that Southern Blessed Homestead. If I don't make a note right now, I'll forget.
Chrissy at Paragon says, Mike, it was the frost free. It busted at the side of the shutoff valve.
At the side of the shutoff valve, up at the top.
At the side of it, from what she just said, I don't know.
Were you able to repair it, or did you have to call a plumber?
You're gonna have to watch the video. Probably.
Yeah, no, you're right. Don't tell us. You're right.
You need to watch the video.
Folks need to go watch that video.
Watch the video.
Hey, if somebody can post a link to the video we're talking about right now, Auntie Ann, maybe you can find that. It's Paragon Ridge Ranch.
They just posted.
Yeah. The thumbnail is a frozen faucet.
With like Jeremy and Chrissy's face over here and Jeremy's face over here.
Yeah, if you could post a link to that.
Auntie Ann says she had a plumber come out today as well. When it rains like this, it tends to clog the washer drain. Ooh, no fun.
Paragon Ridge Ranch has been working hard the last couple of months on YouTube. I mean, they've been putting out content. If you guys have not been checking it out, you need to go check it out.
What's up, buddy?
Okay, Southern Blessed Homestead.
Tiny Farm Nuggets, hello.
Go check subscription.
No, 18 inches in the ground. We added the valve on purpose, not fixed yet.
Okay. Let's see. Did somebody find a link to that video?
Glenn and
there it
Shannon's
is.
Salty Life says, here's an old saying that actually is true down here. If it thunders in February, mark the calendar in April on that day because it will be unseasonably cold. Not sure why.
So Southern Blessed just posted a link. I'm thinking that might be the link. And then Auntie Ann posted a link.
That
and
must be the one.
yeah, and it says Paragon Ridge Ranch in front of it. So yeah, y'all check it out. They've been working hard. They've been putting in, paying the dues.
And you guys maybe all saw that this week they the official posting of the date and the place and the time of the meetup in May for the Arkansas River Valley meetup is officially live. It's happening. So that's exciting too.
River Valley Meetup, that's what we're calling it.
That's what it says on the
So
thingy.
somebody's calling it.
Well, well, you're not in that chat,
But that's at Blue Mountain Lake, right?
Well, I don't know the name of the lake.
Okay.
I'll pull the thing up. I don't remember the name of the lake.
Oh, let's see.
I'll find it.
Drew's here. I was chatting with Drew a little while ago on another live.
I don't know.
For a few minutes. Drew's been working hard this last several months too. Remember there was a time where it was like, is Drew ever gonna put a video out?
Oh yeah, we used to
Remember that? We used to give him a hard time, be like, Drew, when are you gonna put out a video?
Him and Matt Payne would be like, you gonna post a video? And then he'd post for a while and he got real serious about it again, and then he stopped.
Yeah, but Drew's on it. Yeah. He put in the work. Yeah.
It just says, it doesn't specifically mention it's on Blue Mountain Lake, but it doesn't say it in the title. It just says Arkansas River Valley Homesteading Meetup.
Right, on Blue Mountain Lake.
But you can see in the picture it's on that lake.
Into the mist. What's going on, Lizzie? Wanda Henry.
See?
Hello, Wanda.
Because Mama V made that.
Oh, that looks nice.
Yeah, she made the little logo for it. I don't know if you guys have looked it up or have seen it, but I'll see if Mama V made that little sticker thing for it.
That looks
logo.
good.
Yeah.
That looks good.
So.
Heather. Let's see. Mike Birch. What's going on, Mike?
Yes, Chrissy, I think that's where the kids went swimming that day that they drove out. Wait. Yes. I think that's where I got confused for a second because I was thinking, no, the kids went swimming when we were in Oklahoma, but no, yes, they went swimming.
They went with Drew.
They went with Drew and Lindsay in the truck, and they went to the
they went to Blue. I'm pretty sure they went to Blue Mountain Lake.
They went to like the little back way. There was like a secret way that Drew knew how to get in there or something. Yeah. I don't know, but they went some weird little back area where that was like quiet and whatever.
Where the hills have eyes.
Yeah, basically.
In Arkansas. Yeah.
But yeah, that's where they went swimming, I guess.
And Drew said, "Yeah, trust me, teenagers, get in the back of the truck."
He said, "Yeah, that's the lake we went to.
Your parents will see you again."
Yeah. Tim says, "Hey, it's the queen and the diva."
That's right. How you like being called a diva? Oh wait, that was me.
That would make you the queen, though. That would be weird too. You can't really win in that scenario.
No, can't. Yeah. Queen, diva, none of them are good. Yeah. Well, Ridge Life's in the house. Oh, that's who said it's the queen, and I should have figured. Yeah. Yeah.
Rebel at heart. What's going on, Kelly?
Yeah, I was talking to Tim on the phone a little while ago while he was driving home, going through bad traffic in Memphis.
The queen is on the money. That's right.
And I'm gonna spill a bunch of Tim's happenings.
Oh.
Just because. No, I'm not.
Let's see. He's working on a dozer video.
That's exactly right.
Oh man, man. We could be placing bets on that.
Bam's Outdoors says, "God bless Texas. We should all go to the border."
Oh, there we go. Auntie Ann posted the link for the Facebook page for the Arkansas River Valley Homesteaders Meetup thing.
Yeah, I saw an article.
Yeah, I need to post that on our community tab too.
I saw an article come across one of my computer screens today that I needed to read. Something about taking down the government order in Texas to take down the
Oh, you didn't.
barbed wire fences and roll out the red carpet.
There was a Supreme
I didn't
Court
read it
decision.
yet.
Yeah, it's a whole.
I knew exactly what it was when I saw it.
Yeah, there's a whole beefy situation happening.
I did not find a camo cowboy hat yet. Actually,
Were we looking for one?
I was.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's news to me.
I didn't look very hard. I said I like that hat. It's on my list, and then I didn't look very hard for one. Beans, Tim, beans, spill the beans. Oh, don't worry. These are not beans that are going to be canned up for long. You should be checking out Tim at Ridge Life's page. That's all I'm gonna tell you. You should be checking out his page.
Dano says the Lost Dozer video.
Checking out his upcoming videos. You might want to watch the ramblings from yesterday, or was that today? Yesterday, I believe. And the ramblings is coming out tomorrow.
Thank you, Gina. Thank you.
Yeah. Let's see.
Oh, and then Drew said, "Did y'all see Ridge Life's barn house plans last night?" So there's more stuff on there. Woo woo.
Yeah, he's got. I don't know. I didn't watch that video, so I don't know how much he said versus what him and I talked about on the phone. So I'm not really going to talk about it. But it's exciting. It's exciting. Y'all need to go check it out. Yeah.
It did get foggy. Rebel of Heart Kelly was just saying, like, oh, it's foggy out, and it's foggy where we are too. Like, I noticed it driving back after I took Frankie into town, and I was like, man, there's like weird little patches of like this weird fog bank in. Like, it's
the temperature changes have been so dramatic. I mean, it's almost 70 degrees out there.
He says, make sure you watch the ramblings tomorrow.
We went from -5 to 70 degrees in a week, and honestly, we went from 20 degrees to 50 degrees in a day. So those big temperature swings cause crazy weather.
He's just gonna build another cabin for Grandma Carol, and then he's gonna build the basement down below so he can yell up to Grandma Carol and he can go, "Ma, the meatloaf!" And that's what it's gonna happen.
The governor of Texas told him to go pound sand. I believe that. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Do we plan on adding cattle to the homestead? Look, it's possible, but they would likely not be cattle that are owned by us, right? So there might be a little kind of, I guess you call it a partnership that we've been kicking around, if it makes sense to the other guy,
Hi, Don.
So we'll see.
Hi, Wanza.
Let's
trade paint. Hello.
Butt Nuggets Homestead is calling it the Snooty Barn. I wonder if he's talking about Tim's barn though. We're going to call it
the bougie barn.
The bougie barn.
The bougie barn. Because everything Tim does is just a little bougie.
Yeah. That's right.
Yeah. The bougie barn.
4 seasons in one day. Yeah, no, that's almost no joke. When should I start pepper plants indoors? Bam's Outdoors. Man, that's an awesome question. And I'm glad you're asking that question right now because within the next 2 weeks, it wouldn't hurt you to start them now. If you have an indoor grow room, if you have heat mats and lights, you can start them anytime now. I have a week of vacation scheduled in early February, and all I'm going to be doing is planting seeds. I plant all my peppers and all my tomatoes like the first or second week of February. So if you're set up and ready to go, plant them now.
Yeah, Paragon says I would now on peppers. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And tomatoes. Peppers and tomatoes. You got to be able to keep that room warm though, man.
Disrespected tomatoes.
You think about this. You got a heat mat underneath that you're using to germinate. Put some some bubble covers over them, whatnot. But say those plants get say this tall, and then we get a cold snap at the end of February, and the air in the room gets too cold. Neither peppers nor tomatoes enjoy cold at all.
Auntie Ann said that a couple years ago in December, they had a little micro tornado that uprooted a giant tree and landed on her neighbor's house, which was crazy. And then Drew's Len said that Arizona phone call leaked today. That was, whoa, it was crazy. And then Christy says, what zone, Mike? We are 7A because aren't we 8 something?
I feel
Or
like
9.
we're like 8A.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
But honestly, for me, planting, when to plant peppers, it's not as critical that you wait until a certain point. Like, in other words, if you plant the peppers a little too early, that's fine because the bigger that pepper plant, as long as you have the ability to up pot it if you need to, because the bigger that pepper plant is, when you put it in the ground after your last frost, for me, the better because they take so long to grow, and I want to, like this last season, I literally got most of my ahi pineapples 3 weeks before the first frost. Remember that? In fact, you and Frankie were out there picking them frantically because we were about to get a frost. The ahi pineapples. That's how long they took.
Yeah.
Yeah, peppers,
Well, no,
they take a long time.
Well, no, they were just still going. They weren't.
Yeah, but I hadn't hardly gotten any up until then. That's when
Oh.
like the big flush came in. Was
I
at
see
the
what you're saying. I see what you're saying. Okay.
yeah.
Gotcha.
So
Gotcha.
yeah, start them early.
I missed.
Scotty Wild, sounds like you need to start looking up some goat recipes.
Oh yeah, so White Rock says that they planted their tomatoes and peppers today in their greenhouse and some herbs.
Nice.
I'm trying to skip through here because I missed some comments while you were talking. Oh yeah, the pepper plants all got eaten by the goats. Uh-oh, gotta lock up your peppers or lock up your goats.
Or eat your goats.
Or eat your peppers.
Yeah. So Irene Turner, I'm a little confused by this. I put seeds in wet paper towels. Good start. And then put them in a freezer. I would not do that. It's okay to store seeds in the cooler. I wouldn't freeze them, but I definitely would not freeze them. Like attempt to germinate them and then freeze them.
That's right, guys. Everybody's reminding you. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up. Don't be a bum. Hit that thumb, right?
Hit that thumb. Yeah.
Cold stratification. Stratification.
Cold stratification. See, now that sounds like an actual,
it's a thing,
legit thing. And if it's a seedling thing that I'm currently not familiar with, I'm excited because I love to learn more. So I'm just gonna while we're chatting.
Only certain things like strawberries need it.
Oh, okay. I would say definitely not peppers.
Yeah.
And see, I don't grow strawberries. I tried to grow strawberries once.
But you tried to grow
them
in a mud puddle, and so I don't know what happened.
I may try again this year. I've just never been okay. Stratification occurs naturally when seeds are sown outdoors through the cold winter. Okay, so that makes sense. So your plants, drop fruit and it like rots, ferments, whatever on the ground, or an animal tears it apart. Now you got seeds deposited in the ground. Okay. Stratification occurs throughout the cold winter. It's a survival mechanism, so the seed does not prematurely germinate. Many plants require a period of cold temperatures to break their dormancy cycle, with woody plants and herbaceous perennials being some of the more common species. So, yeah, so like a rosemary, just from what that just said, sounds like you probably would have to do that, which I've never grown rosemary from seed, but one of you smart people that knows these big words, tell me if rosemary is one of them, because from what I just read, it sounds like it would be. So that's cool. Now I just learned a new term for something fun.
Russell was asking how much longer before we get the new puppy. I'm not sure exactly, but it should be soon. I can't remember exactly when they hatched, but it's probably it's coming up.
Yeah, any day.
Yeah, it's coming up.
I mean, they should be probably weaned within the next week or so. So, and I've got to do a little bit of work on the pen, the dog's like pen inside the goat pen.
Well, I might have to hold off on that for a little bit now that we've got a new one coming.
Oh, the new one won't be able to get through it. Not yet. It'll take a while.
We'll talk about that later. That's a different conversation. I don't think you're understanding what I'm saying.
Apparently not. Now, y'all just saw. I want y'all to witness that. Okay.
Well, because
she assumes by what she just said that I know what she's talking about.
No.
And after 18 years of marriage, You won't either.
No, I'm saying you don't. I just said you don't know what I'm talking about. We'll have to talk about that later. This is not the time to have that debate.
Another dog. Yeah, essentially it's a replacement for the livestock guardian dog that didn't make it. Can you buy a gutter and hang it on the fence and grow strawberries in the gutter? All the runners will spread. It keeps them up and out of the way. That sounds cool, man.
I've heard of people doing that, but I don't know
how
the results turn out.
I've seen a lot of like leafy greens grown that way. I've seen a lot of lettuce and spinach grown, scallions grown vertically like that. Multiple gutters up a fence. So yeah, I could totally see that working for strawberries. But like I said, I never really grew strawberries, and then I tried them once this last year, and yeah, I mean, I'll take some of the blame for not really knowing much about strawberries, but I also planted them in a what turned out to be a marshy area, and yeah, no bueno.
A lot of roosters, Chrissy. A lot of roosters. Got me a lot of roosters, but it's okay.
Yeah, well, we gonna got us a whole lot of coca von.
No, I got a few. I got like one lavender Americana hen that made it. I had a couple that I don't know, and a couple that didn't make it, but I've got a couple good strong ones of some of the breeds. But I got two of the Copper Moran roosters, and what was the other one? I forget now. But anyway, yeah. But the 2 extra eggs that I couldn't incubate, I gave to my girlfriend Jen, and she ended up with a rooster and a hen of the salmons. So that was good.
I remember learning that last year, Auntie Ann, that I wanted to start bare root strawberries that were already 1 season old, in hopes that I would get some strawberries the first season, and then the idea was the second season I would get a good flush. But I don't think any of those strawberries survived that I planted, and it was quite a few. I haven't even gone down there and checked in a while. Who knows? Maybe they did. Probably won't really know until spring.
Well, yeah, I haven't. That's like it's in a weird spot. It's not an area that we like go towards, because we have the path we go down this way, and then the path we go down this way, and it's off on the side now. Like we don't ever go over there.
It's off the beaten trail.
It is. It's off the beaten trail, and it's probably overgrown now because we didn't do anything with it.
I'm about to bush hog it, that whole area.
Yeah. Then there you go.
But I would think that any above ground growth on the strawberries is probably like essentially dormant.
I'm not the grower person, so I'm not the person to ask. I don't know.
That's right, Brent. 28 years. Good for you. Good for her for putting up with you for 28 years. That's usually the way it goes, right?
Alaska's Last Frontier. Homestead changed their name to My Alaska. Okay, Bill, I see you. All right.
Gotcha.
Did not realize that.
Alaska's Last Frontier Homestead was just a little bit too much to chew on, so we just went with My Alaska. That's cool. Let's see. Have you the pointy eggs are the roosters and the rounded ones are the hens? I don't know if there's anything to that. I think that
that's right. That's right, Chrissy. Not the grower person. That is me.
I think that if that was consistently accurate, there wouldn't be such a thing as like straight. I mean,
I've heard of that before, but it's just like with a lot of things where people say like, oh, if you like, and there's some certain things that are.
It's probably accurate 50% of the time.
Well, I mean, there's certain things of like, like the different, like there are some that are sex linked, and you can auto sex them when they're hatched, but because of their markings or whatever. But then there's, the wives' tale is like, you flip it over really fast and their leg goes this way and hangs straight, then it's a rooster, and if it does this, then it's a hen. I'm like, really? I don't know.
I'm calling animal control.
Right. Like, there's all these weird ones that I'm like, I don't know if that's really scientific, you know? So I'm like, you might as well just take like a, like the old wives' tale of like you take a necklace over a pregnant woman's belly, and if it swings side to side, it's a girl, and if it swings up and down, it's a boy, or vice versa. You might as
Never
well
heard
do
that.
You never heard that?
Never.
Oh yeah, that's like a thing.
Well,
Richard Keaton says been with his wife for 37 years. Still don't know how women work. See, so it's fine. So you're not supposed to know.
That's not a code we're gonna crack.
No, it's okay.
Yeah.
I mean, we tell you guys.
No.
We do.
Nope.
We tell you.
You tell us.
We tell you all the time.
Something that you assume we should be able to interpret into the truth of what you want.
Well, we tell you.
But no. Yeah. But what you do,
what do we do?
Is tell us that you told us. You'd be like, I told you that last week. I told you that 2 weeks ago. I told you that a month ago, and I reminded you 2 weeks ago. No, you never told me.
This is both one of the things that I love / hate about the fact that there's a lot of things that we obviously film, and sometimes like in between, like I'm still filming and we might be talking about something, and there's times where I either catch something on film that I'm like, I have photographic proof that I said this or you said that. And then there's times where I'm like, why wasn't I filming? Because I know this happened.
No, it happened in your mind.
See?
You had a dream about it.
See?
You had a dream about it. You woke up. You thought it really happened.
I did have a dream that my chickens were talking to me the other day, and that they burrowed under the ground and laid a bunch of eggs and hatched them out underground like squirrels. And then they came out and were talking to me.
Did you say like squirrels?
They were burrowing like squirrels.
Okay, but you don't think that squirrels hatch their eggs underground?
No, I don't think squirrels hatch
squirrels
eggs.
Don't hatch eggs.
I don't think squirrels hatch eggs. I'm saying, but they like burrowed under. I didn't take the short bus here. I'm just saying, like under the thing and in there. That's what I mean.
All right, that was a little wet word right there. Yeah. Wow, that's right. Oh man. Yeah, rodents come from eggs. That'd be cool though. Then it'd be more like a reptile.
Well, some reptiles come from eggs and some don't.
What reptiles don't come from eggs?
There's some snakes that give live birth.
Oh, I remember hearing about a snake that gave live birth. Forget what it was. But is it technically a reptile or is it something else? Worth looking up. That's all I'm saying. Worth looking up. Let's see here. Guys, don't read between the lines or have the ability to interpolate women's feelings from their words. That's true. Guys do not. That is very accurate. No, silly. Squirrels lay their eggs in trees. That's true. True story.
Yeah.
Yeah, but even ground squirrels, Dana, yeah, they do live in, and I don't call them ground squirrels. I call them rats, furry rats. But yeah, they do oftentimes live in holes in the ground, but they still don't lay eggs. Mike, make you some wooden gutters.
They're the same ones that lay the Cadbury eggs that the bunnies have in Easter time.
Okay.
It's the same squirrels.
So that's where Cadbury eggs come from.
Yes, it's the same squirrels. They're in cahoots with the bunnies.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And she wonders why she can't grow stuff. That's right, Wanda. Thank you. 115 likes right now. 170 people in the chat. 178 people in the chat. Smash that like button. What's important is that we communicate and work together. That's right.
Yeah.
Or that we communicate and don't work together.
And when you can't communicate and can't work together, then you buy more hogs.
Or more property.
Yeah.
I mean, we had to step it up to 45 acres so that I could stay home and still get far enough away from her. Mississippi has a couple weeks of winter and then monsoon season kicks in. I think we got more than a couple weeks of winter left. I think we're gonna have a pretty cold February, and I don't think we're gonna see our last frost until March. I'm gonna predict right now. I'm on live. I'm gonna predict on live TV, on live YouTube. I predict our last frost.
That's true. A platypus is a mammal that lays eggs. That's very good.
March 24th. March 24th. I predict is our last frost here.
Why are we predicting that particular day? Was there any rhyme or reason to that, or we just like that
It's
day?
5 days earlier than last year's last frost.
Okay.
So we're gonna have a colder February, but then our last frost is gonna be a week earlier than last year. 5
Okay.
days earlier. We'll see.
But Nuggets Homestead says that his wife is starting injected the word beer into statements so he will listen.
Oh, that's a good idea.
The problem with planting strawberries above ground is it's impossible to keep them warm enough to last more than one season, said Deanne.
I guess that would be true. Depending, I mean, strawberries are probably not designed to live in zones that have really cold winters.
Paragon says ours is March 27th, according to what it's supposed to be.
According to the almanac.
Yeah.
I mean, that almanac is almost never dead on. It'll be plus or minus. It'll be a couple days before that or a couple days after that. I usually try to plant my my peppers and my tomatoes out into the garden the first Saturday in April. So that's usually my goal, is to get started on that. Now, brassicas, I mean, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, collard greens, a whole bunch of stuff, turnips. I mean, all that stuff, you about plant that now. It'll be fine. You can handle the cold.
My Alaska says the March 24th might be the first day with above freezing temps.
Yeah, my Alaska, you can't plant all that stuff now.
Yeah. You
Yeah,
can't
your growing season sucks.
Yeah.
That's a bummer. Yeah.
In Ohio, they have strawberries that grow wild, says Chuck Gray.
Check it out. So Country Road Cure has a 1 out of 10 video they just released. They didn't say a single word throughout the video. All right.
Yeah, I just saw that shot where they were talking about it.
I'm gonna have to go check it out. If you guys haven't checked out Country Road Cure in a while, go watch this apparently mute video. That seems to be doing well.
A little miming. I don't know. I'm sure it's probably just because it's something about their build. But
Carrie Ward wants to know what's going to be my go-to crop this year. That's
in the words of Eric Clapton, cocaine. No, I'm just kidding. That's not. I'm just kidding.
Well,
that's not.
I'm not doing a single kind of cash crop, right? Because for two reasons. One, we want the garden for us, right? We want to be as self-sustainable as we can be. So I want to grow the varieties of things that I want to grow for us, that I'm going to blanch and freeze, or that I'm going to can, or whatever. And then the ones that seem to be popular to the community, I want to grow enough extra of to sell at the market garden, right? So, based on last year's market garden, honestly, the green onions were a shocker. I had a few green onions that I had enough extra to take to the farmer's market, and they like blew out. So I'll probably grow a lot of those. And I'm doing quite a bit of garlic this year. I may sell some of that at the farmer's market. I have a bunch of onion starts coming from Dixondale. That'll be here.
Is asking about your watermelons and cantaloupe. He did grow watermelons and cantaloupe. He did not grow a lot last year, but they were all amazing.
Yeah.
And he's gonna grow a lot more this year because everybody loved them.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to grow more of the same variety of watermelons and cantaloupes, but I don't think I'm going to grow enough to try to introduce them to the farmer's market. There's a couple people in the local community that sell watermelons and cantaloupes at the farmer's market. They have a good reputation. Everybody knows theirs are good, so they go to them. I don't really want to compete with that. My goal is not to compete. My goal is to fill gaps where there is no competition, right? But
Auntie Ann says it would be funny to try to see Sid make a video without saying
about what?
For me to Bleh, can't talk. She said it would be funny to see Sid try to make a video without saying a word.
Oh man. And could you imagine
Without
if she had to
using my
keep her hands in her pocket?
If I had to not use my hands, oh, Lord help me. Oh, forget it.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I think last year I kept records of everything, so I could tell you really what I sold the most of. But the reality is, I think I sold the most jarred goods, like pickled okra and pickled green tomatoes and pickles themselves. And then I pretty much, if I had pickling size cucumbers, I couldn't keep them. So I'm probably going to grow at least 3 times more cucumbers than I grew last year of pickling varieties, because I think if I have pickling size cucumbers, they'll blow off the shelf. And then the zucchini did well. Everybody was asking for yellow squash, the crooked neck yellow squash, which Sid doesn't like, so I don't grow it. So this year I'm going to grow it because everybody was asking for it. This year nobody will want it. We'll see. But let's see here. Surviving Alabama. I sold at the farmer's market 2 years, and wow, it's a bunch of work, especially when you have a job. It is a lot of work. There's no doubt about that. Frankie helped me every Saturday at the farmer's market, and when you're selling at the farmer's market on a Saturday, the stuff's got to be fresh, and it stays the freshest on the vine, right? So we're harvesting like on Thursdays and Fridays, getting everything into coolers, trying to keep it cold and fresh, and then getting up at 5 a.m. on Saturday and going to the farmer's market. Got to be there by like 6:30. Yeah, it's a lot of work.
Tim says he can't do that. Hashtag no work life. It would just be him standing there.
Yeah. Yeah. Hashtag no work life.
Hot pickles are the best. Yeah, he did do some spicy pickles. Those were popular.
Yeah.
What size glass jars are you going to offer on the pickled items? Asks Christy from Paragon.
I pretty much stick to pints for pickled items, with the exception of, I think, the relish. I do in is that like a half pint? The relish. Most of my pickles are in pints. Actually, I'll show you.
That's Lucy barking.
That's all right. She's all right.
She? He. Let's see. Let's see what's happening here. What was that squash? Romanesco? I don't remember what you told me. Oh, the one that was kind of like stripy, like green and white, kind of stripy squash. Is that the one you're talking about, Chrissy? I think that's the one you're talking about.
These were some of my biggest sellers last year, yo. So obviously your dill spears, right? Oops, it's over here. So those are dill pickles, they're spears. And then these are the bread and butters. I got the cool little slicer to put the wrinkles on them. And those are all, I put those all in pints, and I always put them in the wide mouth pints because frankly, it's easier to get them out. And then the pickled okra, and this is some ridiculous okra. So I've got my, my garlic. Where's it at? A whole bunch of garlic down in there.
She's right there snoozing on the end of the couch.
I've got these are where's my finger? Whoa, that's weird. Like this. That yellow pepper right there is a ahi pineapple, and then I've got my cayennes and then my okra. And I do a bread and butter recipe, so you got your sweet and spicy in there, and then these are the banana peppers. Frankie loves these, so I pickle those. And then the only one that I put in the smaller jars, these little jars like this, that is relish. And I'm telling you guys, I probably sold 50% of my revenue probably came from canned goods last year. People were loving the jarred stuff, so that's good. For me, I enjoy it because you don't have to keep them cold and ready for market day.
That's true.
And then Sid made
The zucchini.
the lemon zested zucchini bread that, man, I think as a general rule, you usually make 4 to 6 a week. So I would take like
No, I made like 8 to 10 a week.
that I took with me. I'll say I didn't take 8 to 10 with me a week.
Oh, you usually took like 6 to 8
Yeah,
with you.
probably like 6. I'll just
Yeah.
say I probably sold 6 a day, and they were like $8 each.
I think so.
Yeah, the zucchini. There was a big shortage of people doing baked goods. I'll say that. So we'll see how it is this year, but we may try to rope her into doing even more baked goods.
Yeah.
It's possible.
Neil S says Sid is Bunko back in tonight because of the storm, I'm assuming.
No.
He's not in tonight. I would love to bring him in at night just because he's so cuddly. I would love to bring him in at night just to
No.
and then take him back out in the morning. But this one's mean.
I'm not mean. I'm not mean. I'm just like that.
He's like, nah.
No.
If it's storming real bad or if it's real, real cold, like I could bring him in. But right now it's not storming.
Any word on getting some beehives out? I haven't talked to Bart in a while. The current game plan is that if he's got enough hives, he's got enough nukes, whatever he calls them, to be able to put 10 of them over here, then he's going to do that this year. So I just need to follow up with him. If he doesn't put 10 of them over here, it's not really worth him coming over here to maintain them,
Yeah.
So that's the plan.
I forget, where was he putting them on? Silver?
Probably on the back of the main pasture.
Oh, gotcha.
Because I'm going to plant sunflowers and wildflowers back there. I'm going to do like a half an acre of sunflowers, and then I'm going to bush hog them a week before dove season starts.
People were asking and mentioning about cracking an egg in the bottom of your tomato plants. And then people are saying that it works.
So I've never cracked an egg on the bottom of a tomato plant, but I did do an experiment several years ago at the old property where I just put a whole egg in the ground, put the tomato plant on top of it, and I did a control group of 4 tomatoes that I did that way and like 4 that I didn't do that way in the same bed. So half here, half there. They performed exactly the same as the others. So it seems to make sense that those extra nutrients, the calcium in the shell, and then the extra nutrients that are available in the egg itself should make a difference. But the reality is, when you have amazing garden soil, it doesn't make a difference.
Hi, Shiloh Eggers.
And you're better off taking those shells and breaking them down in your compost and using your compost to feed your soil. Think about it like this. In doing that, you're trying to feed the plant with that egg, right? Don't feed the plant, feed the soil. Think about that. Think about don't feed the plant, feed the soil, and it'll change the way you think.
Hank says, I hate saying this, but we may need our gardens come election time. Be prepared. I don't doubt that.
I hope that is
I
hope that is not true.
I hope true,
but the reality is
you always need them.
Well, yeah,
no
always need
what.
them. But the reality is this election, there's just too high of a chance that it's going to go really, really bad.
Yeah.
Really bad. Yeah.
Yeah, photographers love sunflower fields, says Patty. Sell them some time on them. I had mentioned that to him and he was like, nah, I don't like that idea. I don't think I want to do that.
I would rather just let our friends and family
come take pictures,
use it for free.
Yeah.
But I don't want to rent our pasture out to some random photographer to bring some other random people back here that are back there on our property when we might be wanting to squirrel hunt or who knows, So yeah. No difference, just find powdered calcium. Yeah, now Dana Picola, I feel like garden lime is the better route to go personally if you're battling calcium deficiencies. because it also, well, it depends. It depends. Okay. Oftentimes, if you have calcium deficiencies in your soil, you also have uh, pH issues. So the garden lime adjusts both of those to a certain extent. If you're having to add physical calcium to the soil, you've let the soil get pretty bad, but it can still be fixed. But you need to be trying to fix it by adding living soil, by adding compost. If you get to the point where you're using compost to feed your soil, then honestly, you're not going to have to adjust things as much.
Richard Keaton saying compost feeds the soil, fertilizer feeds the plant. I don't know.
Yeah. But your compost should be rich with natural. I mean, what is fertilizer, right? A fertilizer, as a general rule, is your micronutrients. Okay, your three main micronutrients. Sometimes you also have some macros in there, and if you have really high quality fertilizer, you might also have some trace minerals in there. All of those things should be in your compost. So if you have good, healthy compost, then you shouldn't need to add fertilizer. Now, I'm not saying that I don't add fertilizer, because I do. I go with a little nitrogen during the growing phase on some things like okra, definitely tomatoes, and then back off. And when things are going in, or like for my garlics, my anything that's a underground, a root like that. Obviously, stay away from the nitrogen on those, but your potassium is important. And yeah, so, but I try not to use like the CPK, because if I'm using just like we'll start with like a triple 13. Everybody knows that one, right? Which is 13 parts of each of the three main macro, or yeah, nutrients. Micro, macro, micro. The micro is the bigger. Yeah. Chad Coral's in here?
Yep.
What is up? Use a ton of worm castings. Oh, yes, yes. And worm casting tea. And look, and if you can make fish emulsion, I tried to make it this last year, and I was not successful. Instead, I fed the raccoons. But I have purchased fish emulsion in the past that is amazing. So I'm probably going to try to make it again this year.
Yeah. Or feed more raccoons.
Or feed more raccoons.
One of the two.
Yeah. In fact,
Christy was here.
Christy was here. Yeah, her kids were
helped start it and
helped get the fish to start the
and then they
fish emulsion.
Then they fed the raccoons.
Then they fed the raccoons. Yeah.
Good time. Good time. There was something else in here I was gonna address that somebody asked, and now I can't find it. Dang it.
Redmond salt has some great mineral soil conditioner that enriches the garden. Yeah, I mean, I do use some minerals. I use a compound called azomite. If you're not familiar with that, you can Google it, but it's just a really powdery bunch of trace minerals, and it doesn't take much, but the other thing you have to do, guys, is if you're going to get this deep into it, if you're going to really be focused on the micros and the macros and the trace minerals and all these things, you got to test your soil. It's like $30 for a soil sample. It's not that big a deal. So this season I'm probably going to test. I'm probably going to do like 5 soil samples. I'm probably going to spend $30 5 times, because I want to know each of the main rows. I got 100-foot rows, and I want a soil sample from 5 different 100-foot rows, and they're probably all going to be different, because I grew different things in them last year, treated them differently, fertilized them differently, used different compost.
He does plan on dove hunting this year. Him and Frankie both. I don't know if Frankie likes dove or not. He likes dove. I do not care for it. But I mean, I'll eat it, but it's not, I don't gravitate towards it. It's not my fave. That's all I have to say about that. But yes, some people really love dove. I am not one of those people.
That's awesome. People correcting me. I think I threw a number of $30 out. I got mine through MSU last year, and I don't remember how much I spent, so I just made up a number.
Didn't you send it through? I thought it was through Mossy Oak.
Oh, I sent.
And it was like $17.
I sent mine in through Mossy Oak last year.
Yeah, it was like $17 because you had to pay for the shipping or something.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Yeah.
But I honestly, I wasn't remembering how much I spent last year, so I just made up a number. But yeah, so somebody's responding that Mississippi State's $6, Auburn $7. And I think there's an extension office in our nearby town that is, yeah, I can just drop it off there and it goes to Mississippi State. So yeah, yeah. Bottom line is it's not expensive. You know, you should be getting soil samples.
Guys, you could wrap a dog dropping in bacon and it would taste good. Okay.
What are we talking about?
Dove. Yes, you can wrap Dove in bacon. But once the bacon comes off of the Dove, then you're still left with the Dove. I don't like the Dove. There it is. I don't like it. It's not my fave. I don't enjoy.
Yes, it's easy to clean Dove.
Oh yeah, so it's like cleaning a quail. Very similar.
I think it's easier.
You think it's even easier because it's just big enough that your hands don't fumble it? Probably.
Probably, yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I'll eat bacon wrapped Dove, like if it's available, I eat it, but I don't like. I
wouldn't want to sit down and eat Dove as an entree.
Yeah.
I would, but I very much enjoy Dove as, you know, an appetizer. Like especially in poppers. A Dove breast shoved into a jalapeno with a little bit of cream cheese wrapped with bacon, off the chain.
No. Babs Outdoors says Dove season. Isn't that when the hummingbirds come back? No.
Mm-hmm.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Guys, it's about time for us to kick rocks, dude. Chad says he'll eat 50 in a row.
I believe it.
You can have mine. I don't know. I mean, I've had a few different people cook Dove for me, so it's not like, oh, I've only had him make it for me and I just don't like the way he does it or whatever. I've had it cooked by a few different people, and I've had it bacon wrapped, and I've had it stuffed, and I like it okay.
I think that if you grow up dove hunting, you're gonna like Dove. If you don't grow up dove hunting, then it's, you know, it just depends. But like Frankie wants to dove hunt, and I gotta tell you, you know, I think that Dove is probably the most fun bird to hunt.
Tim says fried Dove is amazing.
I'm not. I've never been a big fan of duck hunting. I'll go, but I'm not a huge fan. Pheasant hunting to me is boring. They're slow flying, straight flying birds that a dog kicks up for you. There's like no challenge. Quail hunting can be terrifying. But Dove is, I just love the dove hunt. It's so much fun.
But anyway, guys, our time
She's trying to kick me off.
I am trying to kick him off because I know how it goes. We gotta wrap it up. We gotta wrap it up. So, guys, you gotta go over to.
Whitney said hello. Tell Whitney hello. Give her a big hug, kiss.
Yes. Yeah. Yes.
Keep it G-rated, man. It's a family show.
Oh my word. All of those things. Thank you guys so much. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button on your way out. On your way headed over to go see Mel and Gary at Simple Life Reclaimed and show them some love tonight. And start making your plans for the big meetup the weekend of May 17th, because we will be there and excited to see everybody. So
lots of hearts, Drew.
Hopefully you'll be there, Drew. And I know Drew will be there. I know Auntie Ann will be there. I'm sure Chrissy will be there. So I bet there'll be a lot of people there. So anyway, guys, hope you all have a very, very blessed night. Go say hey to SLR, and then stay tuned after that for MT Homestead with Big Mike and Terry. And what?
Don't cut me off yet.
What? Say it.
Sweet Therian 57K wants to know, is this real life? Or is this just a video of the live that was?
This is currently still live, but we're ending.
But not for long.
But we're ending the live. So deuces. Safety's off, bro.